Nice to see you here after so long. How are you? Hi everyone. We're just waiting for people to join. Happy Independence Day, everyone. Those of you who are here, happy Independence Day, Akshay. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Are you still in Bombay or have you gone back to Himachal? I'm great. Hi, Samir. Happy Independence Day. Happy Independence Day, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Nice to see all of you here. Back to Himachal. It must be beautiful there. Much better than Mumbai at the moment, right? Himachal is beautiful. I was going through the video that we did in 2015 and I posted it on so many social media handles today and everybody just loves it. So those of you who are on, Akshay was directing that video and I'm very thankful to him because it was such a absolutely great result that it was a team effort, but it was all conceptualized by Akshay and myself and Mohit Suri. I don't know where Mohit is, but wherever he is, I hope he's well. So great to see you here. I like to be on time. It's 12:30 by my watch. So I just wanted to ask you, how are you guys doing today? I haven't been on the weekly wrap last week because I was on a masterclass with, a lot of women for 3 days. And I learned a lot. I'm always looking to learn so that I can empower whoever comes to me for help so I can help them more. I can find out new ways of helping people. I can bring more content to you for these live interactions with each other. So it was 3 days. It was very intense. And so I put out a post last week that I'm not going to do the Insta Live, the weekly wrap. We have a weekly wrap at Avril's Cues every Sunday from 12:30 to 1. And last week nothing happened because I was in a masterclass Friday, Saturday, Sunday from 9 in the morning to 8 in the evening with some absolutely amazing women, mentors, entrepreneurs, coaches, business owners, corporate leaders. So for a change, I was not teaching, I was listening, I was learning, I was absorbing so that I would be able to share more content with you. So today we're talking about, what does Independence Day mean to all of us? So there's something for you to think about. What is independence for you? So independence basically translates into freedom. So what does freedom mean for you? So I just want you to just think about that for a second or for a minute. What does freedom mean to me? And while you're thinking about it, I just want you to close your eyes and just come into a space of being with yourself, being here, being present. It's always good to close our eyes and go within because we take in 80% of the world through our eyes. And though that's a fabulous thing and it's extremely, blessed to have eyes to see the world, to experience the beauty of everything around us, the eyes are also a source of distraction. So if you close your eyes, 80% of your distraction is kind of taken away. So then automatically you start going within yourself. And then when you go within yourself, the next thing that's going to really help you to be focused is your breath. Hi, Nikki. All the way from Sweden. Thank you. Oh, is it Norway? Oh, God, don't kill me. Hi, Sophie. So nice to see you here, Nikki. I think your friend Marsha, I don't know, Nikki, I'm trying desperately to wave at you, but it's not happening. I don't know why. But I think Marsha should be on soon. Marsha Quadris, my namesake, Quadris. So I was just telling, everybody to just kind of close your eyes and just kind of go within and kind of see where you're at today. I mean, nowadays, we are so focused on the external world. We're actually, if you think about it, we're actually not free because we're so bondaged and we're so kind of, bound up in these different kinds of chains of social media, judgment, what other people are doing, hustling. Now it's every millennial's dream to hustle. I have a lot of things to say about hustling. Obviously, you're getting my drift. But for now, just see, what is your relationship with yourself? How do you feel today? And what does freedom truly mean to you? And just take 3 deep breaths slowly, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, so you can release some of that tension that you may be carrying. Some of us are not carrying tension, and in which case, good for you. But most of us are, so why don't you just breathe in deep. We'll do that one more time. One more time. And just let this statement kind of percolate and, seep like a nice strong tea. Let it seep and percolate in your consciousness, in your mind. What does freedom mean to me? What does freedom mean to me? And once you get the answer to that, whatever comes to your mind first, don't judge it, don't second guess it, whatever the answer is, then ask yourself another question, which is very, very important. If this is what freedom means to me, then am I really and truly free? Am I really and truly free? Ask yourself that. Hi, Masha. Masha, I'm trying to wave at you too, but it's not happening. I don't know. You and Nikki have some secret code happening here, so it's not happening. I can't wave, but I'm waving. Tapan Kapadia wants to be in my video. Why don't we plan this? Because I have certain things that I want to say today. So since we've not done this before, I'm not a very brave person in terms of going on the go, in terms of these kind of engagements. But if you reach out to me, DM me, I would love to do this with you next Sunday. So let's decide on what we're going to talk about. And if you want to discuss something right now, just drop it in the chat. And I'll be very open to kind of taking it further and discussing it right now. So, hi Raghu. Okay, so I said when you close your eyes, just think about what does freedom mean to me? And then think about, am I truly free? Am I really free? So, okay, so for me, freedom basically means not being subjugated to other people's ways of thinking, feeling, not taking on other people's beliefs, not being defined by my past, not kind of being bonded down and imprisoned by what's going to happen in the future because of stress, because of anxiety. Freedom for me is not being a victim of other people's judgment. So what does freedom mean to you? So for me, this is what freedom means. But it sounds very good on paper, right? It sounds very good on an Instagram live. Oh, wow, this is what freedom means to her. But actually, it started from a journey within. And I know I sound like a tape recorder and some of you are like, oh, no, not again. But actually, think about it. If you are not truly free and if you don't really believe in having true freedom for yourself, then you may be living in a free country. So we got our independence more than 60 years ago, right? So you're living in a free country, but you're still in bondage because of your antiquated beliefs, maybe your antiquated thinking, maybe you have to seek permission from your loved one to do something, maybe you're in a marriage that doesn't give you a certain amount of freedom, maybe your children and you don't have a very evolved relationship, or maybe you have all of these in which you're truly free. You don't need an Independence Day for yourself. But the significance of Independence Day goes far beyond the tricolor. Even though I try to dress in the tricolor today, I'm wearing blue eyeliner. I tried. I'm just keeping it fun. But you know what I'm trying to say? What I'm saying is, like, when you look within and you see that you are truly free, then you celebrate that independence every day. You celebrate that freedom every day. So it's also freedom from ignorance of not knowing who we are. ignorance of not being in touch with reality around us, the ignorance of being victims of other people's agendas. We can't always blame other people, for what we go through in life. We can't keep blaming our parents, blaming the system, blaming God, blaming whoever, fill in the blank, because that's another form of bondage. So, our forefathers fought for independence for India. But if we look around us, are we truly free? I don't think so. And that's really sad. Because when we look around us and we see that so many Indians in different parts of the country, they say India changes every 100 kilometers in terms of language, dialect, food, dress, even the tone of the skin, even the features. Every 100 kilometers, India changes. And we live in an extremely vast country, right? That's why we're called a subcontinent. So it's extremely difficult for us to find a coherence externally. So the coherence has to come from you, from within you. So can you imagine if each of us, billions of Indians, had a certain level of coherence within us? That would be true freedom. Because then if we have that freedom and coherence within us from our own ignorance, from our own judgment, from our own limitations, if we have that freedom from all these different constructs that we create, then of course it translates into the outside world, because when your energy changes, people around you, their energy changes, because oil and water don't mix. So if you are vibrating at a frequency of non-judgment, forgiveness, compassion, love, empowerment, whatever else, hi Vinod, if you're vibrating at that frequency, then what happens is you can't be around people who are victims, who are judgmental, who are abusive, who violate other people, who don't respect the motherland. You won't be around those people. So you understand what I'm saying? Like Gandhiji rightly said, the change starts with you. Be the change. We're always looking at our leaders, at our politicians, at some social workers, at some huge spiritual guru, at some young dynamic politician. We're looking in our own communities for people to lead us. But you're looking for people to lead you. But are you leadable? Will you surrender to the truth? Will you surrender to freedom? Will you truly surrender? Because we all have leaders, but some of them are not fit to be our leaders, unfortunately. That's just the truth. And then we elect them, so we feel guilty for electing people who are not fit to be leaders. And then the people who do tell us what to do. I mean, there are some politicians who have integrity, who have the best interests of our country at heart. But how popular are they? So then we blame the system, that he's not good enough because he's not being able to do what he wants to do because of XYZ. But if you are truly empowered, then you be the change. And by looking at your example, then other people will follow suit. You don't need a leader to tell you what to do. We have a moral compass. We have an internal compass that shows us good and bad, right from wrong, desirable from undesirable. I mean, we make simple choices every day. Like, I made a choice to wear this. Now, what's good for me in terms of my dress may not be good for you in terms of yours. However, everybody intrinsically knows it's good to be patriotic. It's good to empower yourself and other people. It's good, fill in the blank, to be compassionate. It's good to feed the poor. It's good to, do charity. There's not one person, that I at least know of. I could be wrong because I don't know everything. So there could be somebody, maybe, who says, no, charity is a waste of time. I don't believe in this bullshit. But that person is conditioned by his own beliefs, thoughts, ideas, feelings, emotions. So maybe that person is conditioned completely differently than the rest of than the rest of us. Or maybe there are a few people like that, and then there are all of us on one side. And that's okay. That's also a form of freedom, right? Tolerance is a form of freedom. It's because I think that we are so used to people telling us, be this, do this, think this, feel this. And because of that, we actually put ourselves in a box. And that box is basically bondage. And one of my mentors, Lisa, Yeah, Lisa, and also I think Abraham Hicks. You can look this up on YouTube. It's basically a collection of consciousness. He says that human beings are born with freedom. Human beings have so much freedom that they can choose bondage. That really hit me hard. Can you imagine that human beings have higher faculties like imagination, intuition, wisdom, insight, clarity? We have these higher 7 faculties, not just our eyes, our ears, our nose, our mouth, our tongue, and our skin. They're not just those 5 basic faculties. We have higher faculties. And even though we have wisdom, intuition, imagination, insight, all these faculties, we still choose bondage. We choose to be abused by people. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say no child, wants to be raped. I know that, and I'm not saying that. That's a whole story for a different day. That's basically, about energy and how energy translates into bad things happening to good people. And I can back it up with evidence, okay? So I'll save that for another Instagram live. But let's talk about simple bondage. Like the bondage to a belief that is not serving you anymore. Take a simple belief like women are not as, intellectual as men and they can't run a corporate company. That's something that may have been fed to you as a boy or as a girl. But is it true? Margaret Thatcher, Indira Gandhi, Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw, Mother Teresa, Oprah Winfrey. Who are these women? They have more intellect or equal intellect, equal power, equal compassion, equal integrity, business acumen to run billion-dollar companies, million-dollar companies, and successfully by sticking to their convictions. Of course, Mother Teresa's wealth was not money. Mother Teresa's wealth was in her power. She had so much power that world leaders would listen to her. Politicians in India would give her the financial assistance. The world stopped for 7 minutes to grieve for her when she died. She was canonized a saint. Her legacy still lives on. That is freedom. Because freedom is not always jhandabazi. Freedom is a quiet knowing that I am truly free and I am living my life. That is freedom. That is true freedom. When you are in such resonance with yourself, and everything that you do, you're not constantly seeking validation from other people. You're not looking at people to say, yeah, Avril, this is right. No, Avril, don't do that. That is wrong. You're not looking for that because you don't need it. Because freedom doesn't mean you don't make mistakes. Of course you make mistakes. We're not enlightened. We're not, above and beyond. We are fallible. Every single human being on this planet is fallible. I don't care what they say, but again, this is my humble opinion that every human being on this planet is fallible. It doesn't matter whether whether you think that you are enlightened or whether you're some huge spiritual guru who's got billions of followers, or whether you're, a billionaire, or whether you've gone to Mars and the moon. Doesn't matter. You make mistakes. You say things sometimes you wish you didn't. You act in a way that is not desirable. That means that you're fallible. You make mistakes. That doesn't mean that you're bonded by your mistakes, or you're bonded by your past, or you're bonded, by a person. But if you can live in that space that, this is who I am and this is what I am and I'm okay with it. That's true freedom. So does anybody have anything that they want to share? Masha, Nikki, do you have anything that you want to just open up the conversation and probably share something with us if you do? I hope that somebody has something to say. I think I'm the only one who talks on these. Masha sometimes talks, but I don't know whether she's in the mood today. Sophia, Akshay, I don't know if everybody is still here. Some people could have timed out and that's perfectly okay. But if you want, you can please share and let me know what you think. That'll be nice. So, till you think about what you want to share, I mean, if you have something to share, and if you don't, that's absolutely fine. There are no compulsions here. If you want to share, I'm just going to tell you, I'm just going to give you like a plan of action for this coming week, because I always say and I always believe, and my mentors have taught me, that if you don't have a plan of action, then all these intellectual and all these, concepts that people like me keep throwing out at you are basically, then they just become like verbal diarrhea. Not for me, for you, because I actually believe in what I'm saying. But for you, it becomes like Avril just shot her mouth off. I don't know if it's helpful, don't know, had nothing to do, just attended the Instagram live, or maybe some of you dropped off thinking, it's boring, I'm kind of with it, I don't really care. All your business. I love you anyway. Doesn't really interfere with my mindset and what I have set out to do for my life and how I want to help people really live lives of freedom and empowerment. But if you want a tip, if you want something to help you this week, I think you can just take out a piece of paper or have a journal where you look at your life and say, and I know that, I always say journal, but when you get what's in your head onto paper, everything changes. Because when you think about something conceptually, it goes away. You may not think about it for a few days, but if you think about something and you're constantly writing what you're thinking about, so every 2 days, open that journal and see what is a consistent thought that I'm having. What are these consistent emotions, feelings that I'm having? And you'll see a pattern there. And then that pattern can actually set you free from your limited ways of thinking, feeling, acting, behaving, adjusting. We have this thing in India, about in South India, in Bangalore, adjust Madi. You have this thing in India, sab chalta hai. So we want to get out of that attitude. We want to get out of that, though it sounds funny, sab chalta hai. It's a catchphrase, but we want to really get out of that mindset. So take out a piece of paper and put a word, draw a vertical line. And on one side, write freedom, bondage. What is freedom to me and what is bondage to me? It's absolutely a personal thing. What's freedom to me may not be freedom to you. What I just spoke about were very generalized freedoms. Were very, when I say generalized, it's freedoms that most people are looking for, that most people want to achieve. But there are also very subjective personal freedoms. That's only for you and for your eyes only. Hi Ash, that's only for you and for your eyes only, right? So make it a practice that every 2 days, just pick out a few common denominators from things, Just pick up a few common denominators. Where am I feeling like I'm trapped, bonded, in a box? Where am I feeling liberated, free, coherent, unified? And then you'll see a pattern. And then you work on those. What is serving you, you keep in your life. What is not serving you, hi Varnika. What is serving you, you keep in your life. What is not serving you, drop it. And if you still need help, it's always good to go to somebody for help. Sometimes when you're too close to a problem, you can't really be objective about it, because a third opinion is always better. Yes, you can talk to your best friend. Yes, you can talk to your mother. You can talk to your father. You can talk to people who know you. But all those are going to be colored because they don't want to really hurt you. They want to protect you. Or then if you go to some people who are not trained to actually be impartial, they can actually be very, very harsh with you. Like supposing you go to a teacher. Most teachers, again, no blanket statements here, just from my own experience, most teachers are not trained in psychology and they are not counselors. So when they attack a problem or when they have to give somebody advice, they're coming from a very authoritative point of view because they're teachers. It's their job. So there's no kind of love lost or there's no kind of compassion or empathy. There are very few teachers who have a lot of compassion and empathy. And those are the kind of teachers we need. But if a child goes to a teacher, first of all, in India, all teachers are overworked and underpaid. And that is something that is really, really unfair. And my mother, being a teacher all her life, I saw the sacrifices she made. I saw what a fantastic teacher she was. She's taught everybody from Rishi Kapoor to Shami Kapoor to Amitabh Bachchan's children to all these celebrities in Bombay. She was the vice principal of her school, but she was always tired because she was always giving more and more and more than what she got, including a salary which was, believe me, a pittance. I wouldn't do it for that. because my work means I value myself and I need to be paid for it. That is not to say that she didn't value herself, but that was the system. So when you work in a school, you make a choice and then that's a system. So you get paid what you get paid. You can't, there's not much you can do unless you open your own school, right? And that's not easy. Hi Nawaz. So what I'm trying to say to you is, go to a professional counselor if you're having a real problem with this. Go to somebody who's a talk therapist, who's a counselor, who's a psychologist, and talk to them. Invest in your own mental care. Invest in your own self-development. Just like you invest in a gym and we're so concerned about our physical bodies, we don't give even 1/10 of the attention to our mental capabilities, to our emotional growth. And human beings are growing on 4 levels: mind, body, soul, and heart. And all these emotions of love, compassion, forgiveness, freedom, they come from the heart. They don't come from the mind. The mind is more intellectual. It's more logical. Okay? So you have to really, really bring your heart and your mind into coherence, into a space of oneness, into a space of healing. And so I invite you to join even my masterclasses. I have a masterclass coming up in 2 weeks. It's called Mindset Reset, because the same old thinking gives you the same old results. But I show people in my masterclasses once a month how to reset your thinking, how to start thinking from the heart and the mind. And then it's going to have more of a rounded effect where you're taking decisions using your higher faculties of wisdom, intuition, insight. Okay? You're taking decisions based on that, and you're also taking decisions based on your intelligence, your creativity, your cognitive ability, your rationality. It's always good to have both when you're making decisions, whether you're in a corporate space, whether you're a business owner, or you're simply a hasif, or just a single person, a college student, just a mother, just in a relationship. Doesn't matter. You are who you are. Okay? So if you're interested, the link is always in my bio under the link tree. So you'll always see the next masterclass advertised there. You can just register, and you also get a 30-minute free mentorship phone call with me. And for 30 minutes, I usually charge people. But if you register for the masterclass and then come to for the consultation, it's absolutely free. Now, why am I doing it? I'm doing it because I want you to invest in your holistic development. Holistic with a W, not an H. WHOLE. Holistic. Your mind, your body, your soul, your heart. That is what we are. So on this, event of Independence Day, I just want to wish each and every one of you true independence, true freedom. Freedom from the past, freedom from anxiety of the future, freedom of what other people think of you, freedom of your own judgments, freedom from anything that's holding you back from being a full potential divine being that you are, and that your soul chose to be when you chose to come into this life. You choose this life. Your soul chooses to come into a life. So wherever you are, you have absolutely no right to blame anybody. People say that, you can't choose your parents. Absolutely wrong. You actually choose your parents, and I'll save this topic for another day also. You actually choose your parents when you're born. And it's because of so many different things. But for today, you are here. You are born in this body, with this mind, with this heart, and with this soul. So choose to use all of these different faculties that you have to live a life of freedom. Because nobody can do that for you, my precious person. Only you can do that for yourself. I'm just a conduit, and I can just help you with what I know, what I've been through my clients' experiences, through my own wisdom that I've really worked on, through my mentors, through my gurus. And life giving me a lot of hard knocks. My life has not been easy. It's been a roller coaster ride. I'm not asking for anyone's pity or understanding in terms of, oh, how sad for her. No. I'm just saying it the way it is. I own it. I own all my mistakes. I own all my poor judgments. I own who I was. I've forgiven myself, and I'm here today because I want to help you, because there was nobody to help me. And that was sad. because I really had to go through the grind to get to where I am. But I don't want that to happen to you, which is why I take time every Sunday to do the weekly wrap with you for half an hour. I take time twice a month to do a Shakti masterclass for women. By the way, yesterday we had such amazing engagement with such amazing women in the Shakti masterclass that I learned a lot from these women. There were counselors, there were entrepreneurs, there were students. Oh my God, there were school teachers. It was just rocking. And so we have a Shakti masterclass once a month. We have a Mindset Reset masterclass once a month. You'll find all the links in the Linktree bio in my bio on Instagram. We haven't put up the Mindset Reset link as yet because we're still working on the registration page, but it will be up by this Wednesday. Feel free. We also have Facebook groups called Heal Your Life, Mind Your Mind, and the Shakti Sisters. All this is free. So why don't you take advantage to join the communities where you can support each other, help each other, and why don't you try one of the master classes? You also get a 30-minute free phone call with me. And if you don't want the phone call, give it to somebody who needs it. Maybe you don't need it, and that's absolutely fantastic. But maybe there's somebody who can't afford to spend, money to come to a counselor. And I'm there to give you that 30 minutes for free. Okay? So let's just close our eyes. Let's thank ourselves for showing up. Let's breathe deep into our diaphragms and slowly breathe out through the nose. And dedicate this for your highest benefit, your highest good. And choose one person, one thing, maybe your pet, maybe the entire universe. Choose someone or something, or maybe the whole universe, to dedicate the merit of this practice, that they may find independence, they may find freedom, they may find love, compassion, liberty, and whatever else that they are looking for. Thank you so much for being with me on this live weekly wrap. Please share this with people you know. Invite people to the next weekly wrap on the 22nd at 12:30 p.m. And from my heart to yours, Atma Namaste, Sat Nam, and in all sincerity, without being pretentious, I want to just wish all of you Indians a very, very happy independence. We have a rocking motherland. We need to look after her more by implementing the principles that Mahatma Gandhi gave us. And from my heart to yours, Jai Hind. Thank you.